What is up, everyone, and welcome back to a new video on the channel. Welcome to some Forza Horizon 5 slander. No, but seriously, I feel like I've been a Forza Horizon 5 glazer, which I'm really not, but it just feels like it over the past, I guess, couple of years now. I have a lot of very positive things to say about the game, right? I think the game's very fun. I think it's lasted 3 years now. Again, like I said, the game is just fun to play, and it's weird that I still return to play it because there's still new content that's being added into the game. But I can't just stand here and just talk about the positive things. I have to talk about the negative things. If I'm gonna be non-biased, if I'm gonna be a person that likes to create content in terms of being, you know, like balanced with my opinion, I have to give the good things, but also the bad things about something. I've already made a video somewhat similar to this, but not really, on talking about stuff that the Playground Games basically needs to do to be able to make a successful Forza Horizon 6. And I've made a video like that not too long ago, maybe a few months back. But main and most importantly, I want to talk about Forza Horizon 5 in today's video and its current state. In my opinion, it is the worst it's ever been. This is the worst Forza Horizon 5 experience that you can possibly have at the moment. And like I said, I'll talk about pretty much every single thing. If you enjoy this type of content and you want to see more stuff like this on the channel, then of course subscribe. It helps out a lot. I feel like I should mention this at the start of the video every time, because when I do, there is an influx of people subscribing, but I keep forgetting. So again, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of stuff and you want to see more of it. Regardless, let's go back to the actual video. So, Forza Horizon 5 is a super fun game. I love playing it. I love hopping on, drifting, building cars to race with, you know, trying for leaderboards, stuff like that. Playing with people's tunes from my community, all that sort of stuff. Very, very fun. Very, very good. But there's a lot of negative things to say about this game, and I can't just not say it if I want to be, like I said, a balanced, have a balanced view on games like this. Let's start off with the light mentions, first of all, right? Let's start off with the more light-hearted ones that I want to talk about. Stuff like the cheated leaderboards. Of course, this is something that we've had in the past. We've talked about it many times. The cheated leaderboards are getting annoying at this point. There's no possible way for me to go and try to get to the top of any of these leaderboards. Every time there's a new event that comes out, you have to try and do it at the very beginning. You do it, you can probably get very close to the top of the leaderboards, and then you just get absolutely destroyed by other people. Every now and then they'll add some new rival events that we get to try out, you know, some new tracks that they created, and you get to try out, and then after like a week, they're already fully cheated at the top of the leaderboards. You can see people doing, you know, events in like, you know, a few seconds, which is just ridiculous. So leaderboards being broken in this game 3 years later, it's crazy to me. They've done like a wipe of cheated scores once, like 2 years ago, and that's it. They just haven't even tried to do anything else with the leaderboards. It's just they don't care. They really just don't care, and it shows that they don't care with a lot more stuff than just the leaderboards. Content being released in festival playlists. Holy shit, it's boring. Every single week we get a new car. How do you get it? Oh, just get you 20 points in the festival playlist. Brilliant. Let's do the same things over and over and over again, just so we can play with the new cars. Do something different, right? Update the festival playlist so you have to do different challenges. You have to do different things. I don't want to go and do the same thing every single week. It's the same thing. It's not even like slightly different, but you just still do the exact same thing, right? You just do the same races, right? Every other week or every other month, you'll go back and you'll start doing the exact same events. Oh, go finish this one lap of this track, and there you go. There's your 5 points or 3 points or whatever. Go drive this random car about for 10 miles, and boom, there's some more 10 points. That's pretty much it. It's every single week is the exact same thing. Introduce something new in the festival playlist. Change it up a little bit. Again, it just shows that they just don't care about this game. Obviously, we're all waiting for Forza Horizon 6 to come out. But again, it's been like this since the game came out. Like, there's no changes that have really been made to the festival playlist since the game came out. It's just boring. And even when they decided to release something new, like hide and seek, we had a whole new game mode that they ended up releasing, hide and seek. how did you mess it up so badly? It's not even hide and seek, because the hider doesn't hide, right? The seekers literally have a radar that brings you straight to where the hider is. The hider should be able to like try and hide in plain sight in like traffic, or hide behind buildings or something like that. You know, it should be stuff like that. It shouldn't be like, oh yeah, here's the hider, and even when you start the match as well, you'll be able to tell. Here's one of three. He's gonna be in one of these three positions where he's gonna spawn in, go just drive across the map to the other side, and he's gonna be there. Like, it's not hide and seek. It's like try and, you know, stop this guy from moving. That's what the game mode should have been, because that's literally what it is. And I don't think anybody really plays hide and seek. They'll play it to do a festival play and stuff every now and then. That's pretty much it. It is dead, and it's such a dead game mode. And for whatever reason, they just kind of released it and they stopped caring about it, and it's just boring. Now, let's get to the main mentions for this, and it's the game's stability and its infestation with bugs, because it is awful. It is terrible for this game. There's no other way to put it. It is just terrible. Like I said, it is the worst. It is the worst it's ever been in this game right now. I don't see how it's possible for them to make it even worse. Maybe make it so the game doesn't even boot up. That's the only way that they can possibly make the game worse right now, is that if it just doesn't boot up. Let's start off with the new cars that they keep adding into the game. First of all, the most recent car that they've added into the game, right? The 6-wheel, the Birdie design C10, right? That they added into the game. What in the world is that new bug that they've added with that car? If you rewinded it, actually, there is an instance where I didn't even rewind and the glitch basically still happened. You just get no grip from the rear tires whatsoever. Rewinding it does it every single time, apparently. So you just drive around. Let's say you messed up, you slightly got on the grass or whatever, you want to rewind and then try again. That's it. There's no grip for your rear tires. It's just gone. What in the world is that bug? What? How does that even happen? It's such a simple thing to have tested out, and how does it just happen? And obviously we're not going to get anything fixed, by the way, right now, because the devs are still on their holidays. They're still on their like, you know, Christmas and New Year's holidays. So we're not going to get this fixed for another month. We're not going to be able to drive this car properly. So I don't even know, like, at least a hotfix, drop a hotfix or something to fix it. But it is broken. The new car is broken. If you go back a few more cars, if you go back to the M5 that they added into the game, the M5 CS, the rear of the car just looks like it hasn't been modeled properly. It just looks such low quality. Gran Turismo 6 on the PlayStation 3 had better quality interiors than the rear passenger area for the M5 CS. Like, what in the world? How does that even happen? How do you release a brand new car in 2024 and it looks like that? And then you go even further back to the Bentley Flying Spur. The rear end looks like it has, people were saying that it looks like it has the optional extra where Bentley would make it so the rear end is for animals, so you can have like dogs and stuff like that in the back. It looks like it's just completely flat. It doesn't look like the seats are like proper seats. It just looks so weird. I don't understand. It just looks like a bunch of polygons in the back. Like, it's no detail in the cars. And I feel like they keep doing the wrong things. They ended up releasing the GT3 RS, also not that long ago, with different font on the wheels for, I'm guessing, licensing is apparently what the deal is. And they added the wrong GT3 RS outline in the infotainment system when you're driving in cockpit. It's the wrong car that's in there. And I was just thinking to myself, I even made the point when the car came out, I was like, can you just, like, instead of putting that screen so it has the GT3 RS in that screen, can you just make it so it just has like the main menu of the infotainment system? Because they have that. They already added that. In the same month where they added a bunch of Porsches, they added the new 911 Dakar. When they had that added into the game, it has the same infotainment system as the GT3 RS. And in that infotainment system, it has like the home screen, basically. So like the home menu screen where it has like the apps and stuff like that on the screen. You could just literally put the same screen in the GT3 RS because it's the exact same screen. Why would you put the wrong model? And then people would just end up complaining about it because it's just attention to detail that just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. I feel like their decision making for car modeling and that, it just baffles me. I don't get it. We're in 3 years in this game right now, and somehow, some way, the car quality is getting worse and worse. It's like they care less and less as the game is near its end, I guess. And it's crazy. I mean, I get it, but like, still, obviously the fans notice it. We don't want half-assed content added into the game. We still want decent quality stuff to drive around in, right? We don't want stuff that's broken or bugged or like not modeled in or whatever. Like, there's other cars that I'm not even mentioning in this video that have like broken, you know, broken headlights or broken taillights, stuff that isn't modeled properly. Stuff that if you, for example, open the bonnet, I can't remember what car it was. There was some other car that you'd open the bonnet and then it was just like a black screen. There was just nothing there. There's no engine or anything like that. Like, it's just stuff like this that just gets released, and somehow, some way, it's just people don't playtest the game before they release the update, and then they realize, oh damn, oh look at this, what we released, we need to patch it now. You know, there's like no playtesters at Playground Game. I don't get it. Anyway, moving on from that, let's go over to how horrible the experience is on the game right now. It is absolutely buggy as hell, and it crashes more than ever, and it's weird. I've always had issues with Forza Horizon 5 crashing, in terms of it would end up being really, really good for a few months, and then some sort of update would clash with new drivers and whatever my system is, and then it would just end up crashing the game every now and then. I've had this issue since the very beginning, since the game first came out. I've always had this issue. It would go really well, and then for a few months it will go really poorly. Like, the last month was horrible for me. I couldn't play the game for more than like 25 minutes to half an hour. As soon as I hit that mark, it would crash and I had to restart the game. And you would have seen it in a lot of my previous videos as well, that I'll end up having like some random cut, or I'd even like, you know, I'd even say it in a video. Like, I'd end up being like racing or something like that, and then I'd randomly just be at the festival, and then the video would cut and I'd be like, oh, the game crashed again. It just kept happening more and more and more, and people are still having issues with it now. And again, it's not even like to do with just the game, it's just a mixture of the game with the drivers on PC, and for whatever reason it just absolutely goes to shit and it just crashes. And it was horrible for a month, and not just for me but for a lot of people. I constantly keep seeing people in the comments of my other videos saying that the game continuously just keeps crashing. And again, it's just something that like a little hotfix can do, right? Like, the drivers would end up being released and you see what makes the game crash, and then hopefully fix that issue, right? That's how it should work. But because obviously it just doesn't seem like they care really about the game anymore, since it's at the very end, they just kind of ignore it. And the last thing I want to talk about is the Eliminator. I feel like the Eliminator is a game mode that has been in the game obviously since the very beginning. I've enjoyed playing it a lot. This is very specific because for someone like me that enjoys playing the game mode, and for a lot of you guys that like watching me play the game mode, and you know, just the randomness that happens makes the videos fun, is from what I've seen. So people don't really care if I even win. It's just the randomness and the situations that I get myself put in makes the videos entertaining to watch, right? If I win, cool, but it's more about the entertainment factor of the video instead of just me being like good at the game and winning and stuff like that. So from what I've seen, that's the thing. But the Eliminator is probably the worst I've ever seen. It's incredibly bugged at the moment. I've always had issues with the game, or people have always had issues with the game, or with the game mode, of it being you're not able to race people, or you're not able to pick up, you know, a certain drop or whatever, or, you know, like invisible players picking up drops and stuff like that. Or you'd be able to, I remember when you're able to bring in like a car that you had in free roam into the Eliminator. Like, what? It's crazy. Now, think of it as everything being piled on together, right? So, there are drops that you can't pick up. They're completely bugged. So the flag is there, you get, or sorry, not the flag, but the smokes are there. Go to the smoke, can't pick up a car. It's bugged. Oh, you ended up spawning on top of a drop. Oh, you want to pick it up? Oh, let's spam the button to try and pick it up. Oh, no, it's gone. It's disappeared. Someone invisible came and got it. It's just everything added together makes it so much worse. I wonder if a bug still happens when you've just completed a race, but you didn't actually upgrade to basically the next car, and you have that on your screen. I wonder if you paused the game at that point and then you went to the map and you came out of it, it would just kind of vanish off your screen, that thing, and it'll just go into like the little circle that's on your screen. So you weren't able to upgrade cars anymore, but then you were also not able to challenge anybody, and you weren't able to participate in the final race. So you were just kind of stuck in the eliminator, and that's it. And also you weren't able to pause the game anymore. So you had to wait until the game was completely finished before you could even do anything. You had to wait for yourself to get kicked out of the game, and that's it. So I wonder if that bug is still available, because I haven't actually tried it yet. I haven't done it on purpose. But I feel like they kind of take one step forward and 2 steps back with the eliminator. It's just absolutely stupid. A lot of things wrong with this game, and like I said, it is the worst it's ever been, because there's so many things that are wrong with this game right now. It's absolutely crazy. Usually when a game is older, it will get better, but in this case, with the way this works, is for whatever reason the game is older but it's getting worse. Makes no sense to me. Honestly, they need to fix up big time. When we get Forza Horizon 6, if we get bugs like this, I feel like people are gonna go absolutely apeshit. Like we're not gonna stand for having a game that's like half-assed. There needs to be some sort of you know, like repercussions for having them have a game like this out right now, because it is crazy. Anyway, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this video. This is more of a discussion than anything else, so if you agree with me or disagree with me, or if you have anything else you want to add to what I said, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But for now, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.